One of the new tools that Photoshop CC 2015.5 has is the Face Aware Liquify tool. Now this tool itself can be accessed through the Liquify menu. So first let's go into and select our image that we're working on in our layer. I have my background selected, and then we'll go into Filter and Liquify. This image was provided to us by Dixie Dixon from our previous tutorial that we had with her. So let's zoom in here for a second. I'll hit Command plus and then spacebar, and I'll click to drag it down. So the Face Aware tool is located right here, and when I click on the option or hit A as your shortcut, you can hover over the image and see the parameters that Photoshop put in by default. So this works very simply. All you really have to do is drag the points up or down or left or right, depending on what it allows you to do. And then it changes the structure of the face. Now, I highly don't recommend using this for most instances just because of the fact that it's pretty sensitive. And if you're not sure about anatomy and how to adjust anything, that becomes really difficult. So I feel like the mouth itself doesn't need any liquifying, so I'm going to leave it there. Sometimes you might have clients that say, hey, could I make my lips a little bit bigger? And could you raise the top lip or the bottom lip? That's really useful. Even for the eyes itself, sometimes you have clients that want a little bit bigger eyes. Maybe that might be useful. But you can see here that it goes really far if you stretch it. Let's do something really ridiculous. The other funny part about this tool is the fact that you can actually shape the parameters and the edges. So I can make the jawline bigger, the chin bigger, the face wider, the forehead taller, and you get something pretty crazy. You can even enlarge the eyes, and you see how insane this looks. So he's sad now. The second thing that you can do is if you don't want to use it over here, all your adjustments are on the right hand side. So if you see the eyes itself, you see the slider. I can bring that down and up. It works cohesively with the settings that you've inputted manually. I can also change any value that I want. The other really great part about this is if I go back to my forward warp tool, if I warp something, I can simply go back into that specific area and adjust those parameters again. So if I adjust one eye over here, and now I adjust my eye size, you notice that it works the same, and it takes into account the warping that I have done manually using the forward warp tool. So it doesn't override anything. It's pretty easy to use. It's hard to mess up. Next, if you have a shot of multiple faces, it's automatically going to register both of these faces, or 3 of them, or 4 of them, or how many that you want, and allow you to select whichever ones that you want to do. And when you're done, you just hit OK, and it loads back into Photoshop itself. If you want to undo this and you feel like you've gone too far, just hit Command Z and it goes back to default. So that was the overview of the new Face Aware Liquify tool in Photoshop CC 2015.5.